Once upon a time, in a nice little home, lived a dad and a dog and a son who was 4. The son's name was Trevor, and the dog's name was Train. And Train and Trevor would play all day. They'd eat lunch together, take naps together, roll around in the mud together. Yep, Trevor loved Train very much. Almost as much as his favorite pair of socks. Yes, socks. Yellow socks with rainbow polka dots. Trevor went as far as to name each sock. There was lefty and righty. Righty had way more spots. Trevor loved those socks so much that his dad brought him an extra pair. But then Trevor booed and hooed, "This is no fair." "Now, take a breath and choose your words," said Trevor's dad. And Trevor said, "I'm mad and I'm sad and I don't want a new pair. I want the pair I already have." "But they're getting old and holy," said Trevor's dad. Trevor had lefty in his left hand, but his right hand was empty. He couldn't find righty. Where could he be? Trevor's dad helped him look under the bed, in the fridge, and under the couch. But poor little righty was nowhere to be found. "Dad, me and Lefty need righty so we can sleep through the night." Then Dad remembered, "He's still in the wash, but he'll be dry by light." Trevor was up when the sun hit his face. He jumped out of bed and raced to the dryer, swung open the door and jumped right inside, tossing pants, shirts, socks, and towels. But poor little righty was not around. "Dad!" Trevor shrieked. "Righty is gone," and in the pit of his stomach he knew something was wrong. But to Trevor's surprise, there's a place you can find all of the things you sometimes can't find, like toys, pens, nickels, and dimes. So, no need to feel sad and left all alone, because there's a land of lost socks in everyone's home. Now, the way things end up there is not a straight line. It's closer than you think, but pretty hard for people to find. Some things come through the sink, and some where the wall meets the floor. Some come through a secret passage, through a secret door. But socks, socks are special. There's only one way for them to get in. When the washing machine finishes and the dryer begins to spin. Now, Trevor had looked through that dryer like a hamster in a wheel, causing it to spin and opening a secret seal. "Dad, Righty's gone!" as he tumbled through a tunnel made of multicolored socks. But none of the socks had rainbow polka dots. And Trevor was bigger than most things the tunnel let in, and almost got stuck where the tunnel comes to an end. So the tunnel stretched and coughed and gave Trevor a push, and plop! Trevor landed right on his tush, and all he could do was look in awe. Trevor could not believe what he saw. There were trees made of socks, playgrounds made of socks, raccoons, birds, and bees made of socks. There were shiny dimes and rusty pennies, stale popcorn, and rock-hard old candy. Wow. Once the excitement ended, Trevor only had one thing on his mind, that he needed to find Righty to make everything fine. Then, a red robin made of red socks came up to Trevor and said, "What kind of sock are you? A tube sock, a dress sock, or something else instead?" Trevor said, "I'm not a sock. I'm a little boy looking for a lost sock. Have you seen him? He's yellow with rainbow polka dots." Robin said, "No, I can't say I have. Well, why don't you hop aboard and we'll fly over the lost land?" They flew back and forth 2 times, then 3, before the robin landed and asked, "Did you see? Did you see?" And Then, a gray and black raccoon made of gray and black socks snuck up behind Trevor, peeking over a gray sock rock.
Hey, what's your name? Why are you here? What do you want?
My name's Trevor, and I'm looking for my right sock. Raccoon said,
Don't ask me. I've never seen such a thing. Go ask the sock puppet heads. They know everything.
Then, Trevor went in search of the sock puppet heads and came to a wall made of glass painted red. Trevor knocked on the red glass door and then saw something he had never seen before. Hundreds of sock puppets, different colors, sizes, and shapes. The biggest one was 6 feet, maybe 7 or 8. Then the big sock puppet walked over to the wall and opened the door, knelt down to Trevor and said, Hey, little boy, how can I help you and why are you here? Trevor said, I was looking for my favorite sock in the dryer when I fell on my rear. Have you seen my sock, Mr. Sock Puppet? Have you seen my sock? He's yellow with rainbow polka dots. Mr. Sock Puppet said, Only when it rains and the sky is trying to dry, then and only then will the rainbow fill the sky. Then thunder started to clap and lightning started to strike and socks started raining, falling from the sky. When the rain ended, there were socks everywhere, on the ground, in the trees, and in Trevor's hair. Now the dark sky was filled with the greatest rainbow ever. So many colors and so many patterns. Trevor looked up in amazement at the sky. There was Righty, brighter than bright. Mr. Sock Puppet, Mr. Sock Puppet, there goes my sock. Can you reach up and grab him? He's right there on top. Mr. Sock Puppet turned to reach and then turned back to Trevor. He paused for a minute, trying to think of something clever. Trevor, I understand you, Miss Righty, but Righty is right where he's supposed to be. Before Righty arrived, the sun wouldn't shine because the rainbow was broken and that made the sun cry. But now we have Righty, and our sky has been fixed. We really need Righty. We need him for this, so that the sun will shine and the rainbow will stretch. We love Righty. We think he's the best. Then Trevor dropped his head and began to cry. And Mr. Sock Puppet asked, What's that falling from your eyes? Trevor said, I'm sad that I lost him, but I'm glad that he's here. It seems like you need him in here more than we do out there. And then Mr. Sock Puppet and Trevor hugged a long time until the rainbow left and the sun came to shine. And then Mr. Sock Puppet went to go get Righty to bring him back to Trevor. And there they stood, finally back together. They sang and they hugged, they laughed and they danced, and they both knew this might be their last chance. Take care of Lefty, said Righty. And Trevor said, take care of this town, because the land of lost socks really needs you right now. Then the sock puppet heads took Trevor to the secret door. They sat him on a spindle on the secret floor. They spun him and they spun him until he disappeared, and poof, back in the dryer like he never left from there. Trevor burst out the dryer. Dad, Righty's gone. Dad said, I'm sorry. And Trevor said, nothing's really wrong. Then Trevor started to blurt out things that just didn't make sense, while Dad, Train, and Lefty sat with open eyes and listened. Guys, you won't believe it. There's a tunnel made of socks and rusty pennies, nickels and dimes. Oh, and sock puppet rocks. Oh, and red robin socks. And Righty is now a rainbow. And they need him so that the sun will shine. And Lefty, He wants me to tell you that he's having a great time.
Dad, can I have some ice cream and watch my favorite show?
And then Dad, Train, Lefty, and Trevor went to watch Trevor's favorite show. So, next time you lose something and are feeling all alone, just remember, there is a land of lost socks in everyone's home.